What's up? What's up? It's the Arthur Moats Experience. I'm Arthur Moats, and you know what time it is, baby. Got another one of them good old shows planned today, man. Said finally got an article, man, that we're gonna catch up on, man, talking about these running backs, man, and ultimately how they have them ranked based off of, you know, how last season finished and potentially giving us a projection on what these dudes might be looking like, man, as we start turning over the free agency element of this thing. We obviously know yesterday we were supposed to have the homie TG, but unfortunately he had that workflow, man, and it kind of flipped the schedule with him. So we opened up the phone lines a lot more. Today, the dog is supposed to be on with me at 5. All right, so shout out to TG, man. Got to catch up with him because we got to hear how he feels about this Daniel Jones stuff. I mean, we talked about it. We opened up the phone lines yesterday. A lot of y'all called in. It was good to talk to y'all. Real refreshing. Mano, Rod Dollars, Aaron Grant, Malvo, James Kitka, and company. But, you know, like I said, man, we definitely got to talk to the homie TG, man, get his thoughts on all of that as well, man. And I mean, shoot, it's Thursday, baby. Come on, man. You know what time it is, man. We right at the weekend. I can sniff it. It smells really nice, by the way. It smells real nice, man. So, you know, going to vibe out with that, man. But we also had another thing we got to talk about, you know, one of our guys, one of our in-house guys, man. Obviously, man, getting their thoughts on maybe a potential quarterback that they have a liking for. Oh, yeah. We're going to talk about that too. And obviously we'll for certain ask TG about that element. But on the front end, let's get this out the way because y'all do see the logo up. That does mean that is one of them good shows. Shout out to Southern New Hampshire University. So matter of fact, let's take some time with them real quick. What's up, baby? Today's show is sponsored by Southern New Hampshire University. Yeah. We talking about proper preparation. We're talking about trying to be better at life. How can we improve, right? Whether we're talking about just as an individual, how do we improve if we're talking about in the job space? I mean, whether we're talking about just all the different ways to be prepared for the next step, for that next task. Southern New Hampshire University and some of these online degree programs that they are offering. Come on, baby. You can't beat this. And they have super competitive low tuition rates that are, like I said, going to prepare you for whatever your next steps might be as it pertains to your professional career. It's not too late. I mean, shoot, what you waiting on? I mean, you're watching me, but what you waiting on? Come on, man. You see the link right there, right? snhu.edu/Arthur Moats. Tap in and go out here and get a chance to prepare yourself for greatness. But now it's time for regularly scheduled programming. Like I said, man, shout out to the homies over there at SNHU, rocking out with the squad, the team. Definitely love that. But, man, let me know what y'all getting into, man, today on this here Friday, Junior, as official momentum likes to call it. You know, shoot, I'm in here vibing out, man. I know we got, let's see, from the hockey standpoint, the Four Nations Championship match, man. Team Canada versus Team USA. Sid the Kid going up against the OG, the Americans. Mike Sullivan and all that, man. Yeah. Little rematch. Obviously, you know what happened in the, the little play-in, you know, where they was having a little warm up, you know, a little fisticuffs. So, you know, I'm peeping that, man. I'm seeing Victor Mignogna out for the year. Blood clot situation. Not the best. You know, let me see what y'all on, though, man. Joe Gerber's rocking with the thumbnail. He said the thumbnail is fire. Nah, man, salute to the homie Dom on that, man. He's the guy, man, taking care of all graphics, keeping us real nice and crispy, all right? Cody James says he's definitely tuning in tonight for the hockey match. USA. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. It's pretty dang crazy, man. Pretty dang crazy. I mean, Sid don't lose. You know Sid don't lose, but I need him to lose tonight because it's America, you know? But it's Sid. So I'm stuck. It's crazy, man. Steelers Road Warrior says Moats got me wanting to go back to school. Nah, salute to you on that, man. If you do decide to go back, man, I wish you nothing but the best, man. And you know, SNHU, Southern New Hampshire University, man, they offering a lot of cool opportunities for you, man. Boost you up, man. All right, put you in a good position. Just throwing it out there. Let's get it. Oh, David Dupree says he's working on his putting green and tuning into the show. So shout out to the multitasking, and hopefully you getting that putting the way they're supposed to be. Let's get it. Oh, yeah, and David Decker, I'm with you, man. You can never boo the national anthem. Don't you boo the national anthem. USA don't play about that, man. You know how we feel about that good old Star-Spangled Banner. You don't play with it. Don't even look at it too hard. All right? You know what time we on, man. Heck yeah, man. Let's see, though, man. So, okay. X Concept says he got to clear some snow. Reminds me of the Buffalo Wild Card game. Yeah, we got surprise snow over here in the Pittsburgh area, baby. It was a pleasant / unpleasant surprise this morning. Woke up, was like, hey, bro, maybe my eyes are tripping. Is that snow I see? It looked like it's snow out there. It feels like it's cold out there. It's like, hey, bro, how we get here, bro? So, yeah, man. Yeah, it's one of them things, man. It is one of them things. But shout out to the weather people out there, man. All right, shout out to them. Yeah, I digs the Four Seasons, all right? I'm still in my hoodie hat. I had the big boy hat today. I got shout out to the Yes Indeed. Y'all know what time it is, man. Classic edition. You know. But, yeah, man. That's what I'm on right now. Sheesh, man. But it get a little chilly out there, man. You got to enjoy the Four Seasons where I'm from, man. Hey, you got your big coat weather with your boots. You got your regular, springy type stuff. You got your summer clothes, man. All right. But shout out to the weather gang. Let's get it, man. But let's go ahead and get ready to tap into this thing. Because like I said, we do got the homie TG at 5 o'clock. And, we for certain want to hear from the homie, man, what he has to say on some or all of these topics, man. Because like I said, this quarterback stuff is very, very spicy. And, couple other things is very, very spicy as well that, like I said, I got to get my homie's thoughts on. I got to get his opinion, all right? He is a defensive coordinator, of course. So it's like he's official. So you know how that goes. But y'all make sure you hit that like button on the front and don't forget to subscribe either if you are new to the channel. And go ahead and drop it in the comment section where you're tuning in from. So that way I can give you those big boy shout outs to start the day's show. Jar Devil Tom, that's a nice 72 degrees in Southern California right now. Salute to that, man. 72, man. That's cool. It's a nice 21 degrees out here. I bet you can't come outside with your big boy coat, with your hoodie or with the hat. Come on, man. You got to layer that thing up a little bit, baby. But I do like them 70s, though. Them 70s is, man, they're real nice. All right, let's see. Oh, Black and Yellow, Texas Steel, live from the Tone. Oh, I'm tripping. He's live from the Tone, as in San Antonio. The 210. Shout out to I got you, baby. I got you. I'm with you. I'm following. I'm picking up what you're putting down. Jar Devil in the 310, San Pedro, California. The Don Hefe Quan tapping in the 323, Watts, California. Shout out to Watts. Yes, indeed. Let's see, who else do we have pulling up in the building today? The Cookie Monster. Shout out to Cookie Monster in the 610, Reading, PA. Yes, indeed. Gregory Collins in the 727, Newport Richard, Florida. Shout out. Let's see who else we got popping in the building. Jaron, Pittsburgh Steelers for life in the 559, Visalia, California. He says, first Little League game tonight. Oh, baby. Opening night. Oh, baby. It gets no better, man. Shout out to you on the first Little League game, man. Wish you nothing but the best. Have a blast out there, though. All right. Respect on that. Sheesh. Yeah. Them little games be getting competitive, man. Yep. You'll enjoy it, though. You'll enjoy it. Oh, yeah. Chloe Smith in the 527, Iowa. Shout out to Iowa. And I see a Houston Mo in the 321, Melbourne, Florida. Big Q in the 410, Baltimore. Shout out to Baltimore and the homie Brent Fox. And shout out to you, Brent Fox, in the 214, Dallas, Texas. Faux show. But it was pretty dope, man. I did get the, you called, I forgot what, I think it might have been Monday's show where we were doing some of the phone line stuff. Or no, it might have been yesterday. And you missed where we were live, but you called it up the voicemail. I was like, yo, I like your energy, man. Salute to your energy, man. All right, one of these ones, though, man, you go call in while we live, and it's going to be perfect. It's going to be popping, all right? But, yeah, shout out to you, man. It did make me think of that, though. I was like, yo, man, shout out to the homie right there, all right? And like I said, man, we might get to the phone lines today, man, but obviously we know with TG, he got the 5 o'clock spot. Yeah, that's what we flip-flopped. That's why yesterday we had them phone lines popping and percolating, all right? But, we'll see what happens. We'll see how the thing flows out, all right? All righty. Let's see. And then I will end it with... Ooh. Shout out to Philip Hopkins in the 951 Menifee, California. Shout out to Menifee, California. All righty. Oh, we got a couple of supers that came in also, man. So let's, I guess, address those first, and then we'll get to the topics, right? The topic 1 and topic 2 before we call up the homie and then, politic with him. Oh, Jaren says, how was the basketball game? Because, last night, that was also why we went at 4 o'clock versus 8 o'clock. Yeah, said, so paint the picture. Me and wifey, man, on Valentine's Day, we went and saw, South Ed girls basketball hoops. First round of the playoffs, man, saw them get the dub on Friday. So they had their second round game last night versus Baldwin. And yeah, man, the Lady Lions took care of business, man. They won by 30. It was beautiful. Going to the semifinals now. So yeah, I think that game is Saturday. Flirting with being in attendance for that one too. All right. Problem is they be switching locations up. So I got to see like how far of a drive it is. But the one last night was close. I was like, I can get over there. That ain't that bad. So you know what? But yeah, it was worth it. It was a fun time. It was a dope game, man. And like I said, I'm definitely at that old guy stage of the girls that are juniors and seniors now, were the girls that were like playing with my daughter when she was like, yeah, it's like, yo, this is crazy. Like I remember when y'all was, this is crazy. I remember da. So it was like, it's pretty cool, but it's also like, God, dog, bro, I'm getting old, man. All right. So salute, man. Alrighty, but who was that that asked together? Big sure I shout you out. Oh, Jared. Shout out to Jared Pittsburgh Steelers for life though on the remembering that right there, man. Let's get it. All right, AJ Martinez with the first super chat. He says, today is the AJ man. Happy 56th birthday to me. Shout out to AJ Martinez, baby. Happy 56th birthday. Let's get it, AJ. Let's get it. He says, Mr. Vane. Love, respect, and blessings to all in the chat, as well as Mr. 55, the master. Shout out Michelle. Shout out to Michelle. You got to shout out Michelle. Anytime we talking AJ Martinez, we know Michelle matters, all right? And not anybody else's Michelle. We talking AJ's Michelle, all right? So salute to AJ on that, a.k.a. the Heat, man. 56. All right, you on your Alex Highsmith, you on your Anthony Chickalo, you on your Lamar Woodley era. I know you're going to kill it. I know it's going to be the best year around the sun for you, baby. So, AJ, turn up, man. Enjoy your birthday. All right, party like a rock star. But be safe out there. Be responsible. You know all the drill. You know the drill. But, no, man, big time salute to you. And it's pretty cool, man. What was that, a week ago when we opened up the phone lines? We actually got a chance to talk to you, man, for the first time. Like, it was crazy. But, dude, you were fire. Shout out to you, AJ. Shout out to you, man. But definitely happy birthday, man. Hope you enjoy your 56th birthday, though, man. All righty. Next up, we got Steelers Dude 18. Shout out to Steelers Dude 18. Like the name. It's pretty cool, man. It's pretty vibed out. He says, why so high on right guard Mason McCormick, ranked below average by PFF? Ooh, okay. So I should do the thing where they be like, well, why aren't you so high on him? Is it just because of what PFF said, or is it something that you saw? That's what we should do in the rebuttal. But in all seriousness, man, the reason why I'm high on Mason, regardless of what PFF or any other publication has to say about him, is because of what I see when I watch him. That's where a lot of times when you hear me speak on any of our players or any players in general that you hear me talk about, 95% of the time, I'll say 95% of the time, I'm speaking from what I've seen from them on tape. And from there, if I personally feel like this player is a good player, I think this player has traits that can translate. I think this player has the specific qualities that I think translate to long-term success. Yeah, I'm higher on those dudes. I don't really put a lot of focus into what some of the other publications' criterias are for their grading system. Like you said, we joked about doing the PFF stuff. We did it for a couple of weeks, but it's just like, man, you read their criteria of what they deem as, all right, we're looking for this. It's like, bro, you do that type of stuff if you can't just watch it and know what you're looking for. And I'm not knocking that. So PFF does have a place, but I'm not here to support or go against what theirs is. It's just, that's how they view them. But to me personally, if you're asking me specifically why am I high on Mason McCormick, because you watch how he moves his feet. You watch how he is with his hands, his pad level. You watch how he can move people in the run game, but also look at his athleticism when it's pass blocking. But you can also see when he pulls how he is a guy that likes to finish downfield. He also finishes with passion. You watch his energy, man. He's the guy that's always down the field on the big run, bopping his head up in somebody's grill, talking about, bro, hey, let's go. And not in a disrespectful manner like we've seen at times with Broderick. We're talking about with Mason is usually in the friendlier, funnier, but more so directed to our guys versus where we say with Broderick, it's more so the I'm so competitive, I want you to know that I'm whooping on you. That's the different type of vibe. But those are some of the big reasons why I'm personally excited about Mason McCormick. The other reasons why I'm excited about Mason McCormick is dude was a 4th round draft pick, came in and started 10 plus games for us. And to me, when you're talking about a 4th round type of player who was not viewed as day one starter throughout OTAs, throughout training camp, heck, even week 1. This is a guy that took over because our highest paid offensive lineman, James Daniels, had blew his Achilles out. And he steps into that same lineup that we say we should fire Pat Meyer because of how we view our 1st round tackle and how we view Dan Moore. Even though we would all say as a whole, as a 4th round, if you start 66 games, there is nothing bad or negative to say about a 4th round draft pick that gave you 66 starts. If we knew whoever we're going to draft in this 4th round was going to give us 66 starts, we're saying, bro, we hit. That was great. But with all of that, Mason McCormick wasn't the guy that people complained about. Mason McCormick was the guy that we were like, yo, you look fine. You're playing next to Frazier. You're playing next to Sayumalu. We're not saying y'all look perfect. No, we ain't saying that. But you two are rookies, and you're a 4th round young guy. You know how much growth that opens up now? You know how much that floor has been elevated and raised now? But PFF, I don't think, well, I know they don't account for that because I've already talked to some of those dudes over there. They don't account for that type of stuff. They have their criteria, and I do respect them for having their criteria. I just personally don't agree with said criteria. And that's why for me, I don't put a lot of stock in the numerical element of it because Steelers, dude, we all do the same thing, right? We will bring up a number from PFF if it's supportive of our narrative. And that could be whether we're trying to paint a guy as good or paint a guy as bad. But then we also see the times where them numbers don't even remotely come close to giving us an accurate depiction of what we saw in the actual game. And that is where I just don't put a lot of stock in the PFF part, man. I mean, it's been games where we've literally seen TJ Watt go out there and go bonkers. And we're like, yo, what do you mean you're not the highest? You got a 70 grade? What? And then there's times where it's like the quietest of quiet games. And you're like, bro, how'd you get a 90 something grade? Like, where did that come from? How did that happen? It's PFF, baby. So long answer short, that's my response to the PFF element and why me personally, I am excited about Mason McCormick and what he's going to bring to the table going forward versus allowing what PFF or any other, like I said, publication, allowing what they might say or their opinion of a player to, I guess, sway me one way or the other. But like I said, that's me personally, and largely due to my personal experiences. That is why I typically act like that when you hear me talk about a lot of these players. I don't expect everybody to operate like that. I don't. So I can understand if you look at that PFF and it's gospel to you, man. It's not a negative, but it's just for me, I just see it a little bit differently, man. But shout out to you, though, Steelers, dude. I likes that, man. I can dig that. All right. Let me get to this first topic then, man. Let's stay. We might be on schedule, man. Dang, problem is my mouth got dry as a mug, bye. Now, Brent Fox said, good or bad, I don't use PFF as a reference. I mean, this is the thing, man. PFF, I do like them in certain elements. I like PFF when you're trying to just gather hard data, like the numbers of how many snaps, how many run plays, how many pass plays. I like that type of stuff. I don't like when they get super analytical, the pass rush win rate, right? That type of stuff. Or, hey, this was a loss rate. And you're like, well, did he make the play or did he not make the play? Because honestly, that is how we do it internally. We're like, all right, yeah, we're going to grade you in terms of did you execute the assignment? But then we're also going to say, did you make the play or not? Because all of those things matter. But I do know with PFF, they will dock you if they feel like you didn't go about it the right way. You're like, I mean, I get it, but I'm not about to tell Troy he getting a negative because he should have been middle of the field for cover 3 and instead he jumped the hook, but he got a pick. No, that's not a negative to me. But for some of them publications, they look at that and they say, you're not doing your job. This is bigger negative than that positive right there. You're like, bro, he made the tackle. Or he made this play. It's like, yo, this is the negative. You're like, all right, bro. So you just roll with it, man. But that's, like I said, why I just take all of them, whether it's PFF, whether it's ESPN, whether it's NFL Network. You know, everybody has their rankings, right? CBS, these are our top 10 quarterback, top players. You be like, all right, bro, I don't know your criteria of it, but salute to you. To each their own. It's your list. It's your opinion. You just roll with it like that, man. Yeah, man. But shout out to the boys, man. And shout out to anybody, man, that is still, you know, around this thing, man, and you know, making a career out of it, man. When you're talking about from the content space, obviously PFF, they're no different than, you know, some of these other publications that have started out. You got to start somewhere, but for them to get to the point where they're big enough to be talked about and, you know, for all of us to have opinions on them, whether it's a strong opinion or opinion of, man, I don't even care about them. Like, yeah, they out there. They know. So shout out to those dudes, man. All right. Let's get to the next topic. Make sure I got everything lined up the way it's supposed to be. Because I ain't want to get here yet. Jeez Louise, man. I'm set tripping. Let me stop doing that. All right, let me get to where I want to go. And it was with my man, GP. All right. Thought I was going to have that ready to go, but unfortunately I did not. So we'll just tap right into it, man. But as I was, you know, doing what I do on the research tip, man, we did see where GP was doing an interview and it was asking him, you know, quarterbacks, Rodgers, and specifically when he talked about Aaron Rodgers, said, my man, that's the dream teammate, the guy that, you know, that he could see. That's the vision for him. I was like, man, the dream teammate, Lord. I said, of all people, GP, you want to go with that? What? I mean, I don't hate it now. I don't hate it. And, you know, obviously, when you're talking about my man TG, he also, you know, at one point in his life was very fond of Aaron Rodgers. Now, we know since then, last time we talked to him, he wasn't as fond. But with GP, George Pickens, saying that that is his dream teammate, that is the guy that he would prefer, you know, if he could just pick whoever. That's the part where I do question, or I am going to question my man TG and be like, hey, bro, knowing that this is technically your number one receiver, how much say so does he have? How much should that matter when you got a GP saying that, yeah, Aaron Rodgers would be, you know, the dream ideal teammate for him based on the different quarterback options that are available? To me, I can see why he would say that. I could also see some reasons that I personally feel like he might be a little bit, you know, just short-sighted or narrow-sighted with it and not looking a little bit more big picture, big broader. But in terms of why GP could, you know, be viewing Rodgers as that dream teammate, I mean, you think how old GP is, man? He grew up in the People's Champ, you know? You know how Rodgers was discount double checking on folk, man. GP was here for that. He remember being alive for that. He seen that. You know that bad, man, the MVP on MVP. You know how Rodgers had a run now. Rodgers, you know he was on. So I'm sure if you were growing up and you're in that time frame and you play wide receiver, yeah, you look at Rodgers like, oh, this dude could do it all. He make all the throws. He always sees you, man. This dude, he's a winner. You know what I mean? He knows how to compete. And he puts up numbers. Like, he scores touchdowns. So I was like, yeah, if you're a wide receiver, I could for certain see what could be appealing about Aaron Rodgers to GP. You also said to yourself, man, he's probably the most proven quarterback outside of Russ that GP has been around at this level, at least. So that's the other part. And league-wide, we have all felt just career versus career that Rodgers had the better career than Russ. So that could be the other part where for GP, he's like, yo, bro, hey, man, is Aaron Rodgers. Like from a talent standpoint, from a production standpoint, from, all-time status standpoint, yeah, that's one of them dudes that for a lot of wide receivers, you would be intrigued by. He's a part of that. Were you the best in the league during your time frame? He was a part of those conversations. When you bring up the Big Bens, the Tom Brady's of the world, the Peyton Mannings, Rodgers is a part of that convo as well. Rodgers is a part of that mix, man. Some people have him higher. Some people have him a little bit lower, just depending on what your criteria is. But there are a lot of people that still view Rodgers as one of the all-time greats. So when you're thinking of that in your GP, I could definitely see why you would say that, why that of all the quarterbacks that are available, he would be that guy. I mean, if we compare Aaron Rodgers to the field, you got Aaron Rodgers versus Sam Darnold. Up until this past season, nobody would have even entertained that conversation. Real, right? If it won't for what Sam Darnold just did in Minnesota this past year, nobody would have even entertained the conversation of who would you rather have at quarterback, Sam Darnold or Aaron Rodgers. So that's why Rodgers be in that convo for a player like him. We talk about Justin Fields. Prior to Justin Fields coming to Pittsburgh, once again, who would you rather have, Aaron Rodgers or Justin Fields? It would have been a very, very, very small list of those quarterbacks or people saying that prior to, obviously, the 6 games from Fields. And then we obviously saw what happened in New York as a whole this season. But he's still one of those guys where it's like, that would be a debate. There's people internally that feel that Russ, they would rather go Rodgers over Russ. I mean, I forgot who we were talking to on the show. Man, we had that convo where it was like, all right, you cannot like Rodgers as a person. You cannot like Rodgers' temperament. You cannot like Rodgers, how he presents himself. But remove your feelings out of it and just cut the tape on and compare his tape to the other guy's tapes. And that's the part why Rodgers is heavily a part of them combos still. Why a guy like Rodgers hitting the market with the cost barrier being taken out of it has really, put this situation in where he does look more promising. He does look more excited, man. Whereas if you don't, you know what I mean? Like, typically Rodgers isn't even in the combo because he's going to cost too much. And that's the same thing that we would say with a guy like Russell Wilson. But when teams decide to release these type of players while they still are owed money, now it changes what you have to pay for those guys to come in. And Rodgers is still talented enough that a guy like GP would be intrigued by it. If we're going to compare Aaron Rodgers to, let's see, who else we talked about on the show? Daniel Jones. We literally just did a whole show yesterday, man, talking Daniel Jones, right? That was the talk, right? Daniel Jones has interest in the Steelers. Steelers have interest in Daniel Jones. I know if I open up them phone lines and I say, who would you prefer at quarterback for the Pittsburgh Steelers? Daniel Jones or Aaron Rodgers? Boy, y'all be over here. Rodgers. So, as we sit here, it is still very legitimate and very realistic that Aaron Rodgers could be that guy, could be that quarterback, man. So if you GP, once again, I can see the appeal. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying that he's my priority at quarterback. I'm not saying that he's the guy that I would want over all these other guys. But if I'm GP, I can definitely understand the appeal of Aaron Rodgers being your quarterback. 1,000%. 1,000%, man. Hey, and shout out to Jay. Jay said he wants Daniel Jones over Aaron Rodgers. Hey, salute to you on that one, man. I wish your squad nothing but the best. Just, I don't want you on my squad. That's all I'm going to say. But I wish your squad nothing but the best. So, yeah, man. But that's the thing, though, with Rodgers. It's like we get focused on the persona. We get focused on how he comes off. But if we're just simply talking about a play part, yes, there are a lot of things that he still does very well in comparison to some of these other guys that are available. Now, we do understand, though, there's a lot of baggage that comes with them as that off-field stuff, as we're talking about locker room chemistry, how he handles the media, him, Coach Tomlin, power struggle. And there's a lot of stuff that goes into why, even with the talent, there are still some times where we're like, yeah, I don't want to necessarily deal with that. I don't necessarily think I want that player here around these players with that type of mindset. To me, I can also understand that, and that's part of where my stance is. When I think of Rodgers, I think of just everything that comes with him. It's a lot. I think of how he gets when he's not happy or if he's not pleased. It's like he started, making it look like he rocked the boat internally, man. I don't personally like that type of stuff, man. I want you to, hey, man, when it's going good, we here, but when it's going bad, you still here. Don't check out on me when it gets rough. No, we got to get through the mud together, and then we're going to shine together. But if you ready to cut bait or you starting to get all, temperamental on me and stuff like that solely because of you not being happy with the situation right now, it's like, bro, we ain't on the same team here. We're not on the same page here. So, like I said, that's the part for me that makes me hesitant on him, that makes me not like him a lot. But that's the stuff that I say I think is, if you're not looking big picture and you're just talking play, and that's why I said if you're GP and you're just looking at on the field, yeah, there are a lot of things that are going to make you be intrigued about Rodgers, whether you're talking or the history of him, or even some of the stuff that you've recently seen in comparison to the other options. And like I said, for GP, I can understand it. Not saying that I agree with it. Because like I said, he's a lot. Aaron Rodgers is a lot. But I can for certain understand where he is coming from with that kind of perception, man, with that kind of mindset surrounding Aaron Rodgers, man. So we will see. Like I said, man, we're going to ask the homie TG about that, though, as well, because, that's TG's man. TG, he like both of them dudes a lot, GP and Rodgers. And for GP to be saying that that's the guy that, would be his dream quarterback, it does make you wonder, how much input should he have? How much input does he have? I feel like for some teams, wide receiver has all to say, man. If that wide receiver is like, bro, I like this quarterback better than that one, man, they're going to make, the necessary adjustments. And then we see times where that wide receiver could be like, man, I like this quarterback. Like, we don't care what you like. Sit down, shut up, get open, catch the ball. All right. So that's the thing for me that I do want to see how the organization is and how much potential influence GP has. Now, part of me can see this thing going completely great. Oh, man, you get Aaron Rodgers in here. He's humble. You got GP in here. He's happy. Those two dudes match made in heaven. And it's the second coming of Rodgers and Devontae Adams Green Bay Packers style, right? Part of me sees that. Part of me wants that. Part of me is like, oh, yep, we'll get that. GP's 1,400-yard receiver, 10, 12 plus touchdowns, man. We are living life. And then, unfortunately, I'd be like, I don't think this the video game. I don't think it's going to work like that. I don't think it's just in my imagination how everything just goes perfect. No, I think it's actually a lot more nuance in that thing. And yeah, this could become a completely toxic relationship. It could become completely, catastrophic, nuclear. And yeah, it could definitely do all of that type of stuff. And that's definitely the flip side of the stuff that I think of. I'm just like, dang, if we go that route and it gets that bad, man, we talking about a couple years potentially of getting that out, getting them contracts off the books, and then trying to figure out how we're going to get the right people in here that ultimately, do what we need to have done going forward, man. But yeah, man. So with that, though, that is the thing that with GP, though, man. I said I can understand where he's coming from. Young player. He grew up during that time, man, where he saw a lot of Aaron Rodgers being Aaron Rodgers. Hard to go against that. I mean, shoot. You think about some of the quarterbacks that we're all fans of, man, that we grew up watching. We still swear by some of them dudes to this day. Still to this day, you be like, bro, that dude ain't played in how many? Man, he still got it. He's still nice. Because you grew up watching, man. That's who you connected to. You got those connections, those emotional feelings too. So, it's a part of it. And I do think for GP, Aaron Rodgers is one of them dudes for him that, they don't have that type of feeling, man. So I could dig it. Shout out to the homie Tim Robinson. He says a 421-year-old quarterback. No thanks, man. But y'all told me QBs age like fine wine. They can play till they 50, 60, 70 years old, man. Quarterbacks don't age out. Yeah. So Rodgers ain't too old. He just in his first, second, third, maybe his fourth prime. He in his fourth prime right now. But, he ain't too bad, though. He still got the juice. But salute to y'all, man. Y'all hit that like button one time for the culture. Don't forget to subscribe either if you are new to the channel, man. That boy said, nah, man, I'm good on Rodgers. I ain't got no time for the Rodgers, man. Daggone. All right. Actually, man, let me see how much time we got before. Might have time to get one quick call in to see how y'all truly feel, man. Just talking this little GP Aaron Rodgers situation. Let me see. Yeah, let's do that real quick. All right. But I say, because I'm in that weird phase or that weird in between time. If I start this running back talk, we not going to finish this thing before the homie TG gets all the way activated. So we're going to hit that middle ground of, let's open this phone line up, see how y'all feel about GP and his interest in Aaron Rodgers. And ultimately, how much would you allow GP's interest to impact the decision with this thing? All right. So yeah, let me get this set up. All righty. I like when it just be popping up, you know what I'm saying? And it's not when we planned it. It's like, oh, we're about to have some fun. Let's see if we can, sudden change, that thing. All righty. So the digits, here we go. All right. Digits to dial are 412-346-6955. And I'm going to give you the heads up on the front end, all right? The way the phone has been working of lately, y'all call me and I have to call y'all back. Yeah, I don't know why it's been doing that, but that's the way that it's been operating. So I do see y'all calling in right now. All right. So I'm going to completely get this set up. And then after that, I will call you back and we're going to have a little phone roulette. We're going to find out who is calling us today. We get a little active like that. All right. Got that square. Hey, I do like to, man, when I say the phone lines is open, before I could even get everything set up, y'all just be calling. I like it, but man, just call. All right, here we go. Now I got everything set up the way I need to have it set up. Lord, all right. I'm going to just call this one back right now. I don't even know who this is calling. I'm just calling right back. We about to find out, man. I'm kind of nervous. You know how I get with phone roulette now. Here we go. Let's find out who we got on phone roulette, baby. Phone roulette time. I'm calling somebody back. I don't know who this is, but we're going to find out today. We're about to find out. Here we go. Hello. Who I'm on the line with, baby? You called me. Man. I called you back. Who I'm talking to? This Arthur Moats. Who this is?
Man, this is Brent Fox calling you from Dallas, Texas, man.
And you talk about the 214 show? Is that what I'm talking about?
Show, yeah.
Hey, now. Hey,
214 show?
Shout out. I thought that when I seen it tour, I said, maybe it could be. I'm not sure. Let's give it a go. I'm glad I was right on this one, man. First off, appreciate you, man, the way you rock with the show. You one of them day ones, man. So appreciate you from the heart, man.
Oh, yeah. Thanks for that, man. I appreciate the recognition as well. I also appreciate the great content, more importantly, man.
Hey, no, salute you, man. Salute you. We're going to keep that thing rolling, man, because you're a part of it as well, man. The chat, y'all big time with this thing. And now that we open the phone lines up a little bit more, we get a chance to hear how you really feel. And George Pickens, GP, wide receiver 1. He said Aaron Rodgers, his dream teammate. That's the guy for him. How you feel about that? How you feeling about AA Run?
Yeah, it could start off a dream and end up a nightmare, man. I don't really know about that, man. I think that Mr. Rodgers needs to spend a little bit more time in the dark and do his ayahuasca or whatever it is that he do.
He be on that crazy stuff in there, bro.
Right. I got a slogan for Mr. Rodgers, man. Whatever you do, start out at a 412. Thank you.
Pretty please.
Yeah. We won't need that.
Hey, look, he going to try to get GP in the darkness, man. Had GP coming out talking, hey, man, I ain't seen the light in 30 days, but I'm ready now.
Oh, yes.
No, salute on that, man. Well, shoot, Brent, man, what you got this weekend? What's your plans for this weekend, man? What you getting into?
Oh man, we're gonna have like a little family get together on Saturday, man.
Okay.
We're gonna hang out, do a little kickback, see some relatives that we haven't seen in a while, do wellness checks, all that other good stuff, and just have a good time.
Respect on that, Brent. Hey, I like your style, man. Well, shoot, enjoy your weekend. Stay safe out there. You know, like I said, I appreciate you from the bottom of the heart, man.
All right. A couple of things, man. Happy Black History Month. And AJ, happy birthday, brother.
Hey, look at you. A man of the people, man. A man of the people. Let's get it. All right. Shout out to the homie Brent Fox right there, man. Man, it was good to talk to Brent right there. All right, man. We still got some time, man. I know he ain't the only one that has an opinion on good old GP in his dream teammate scenario. All right, so let's call him back. Let's see. All right, we got people calling in. Let's see. All right, I don't know. I'm calling it back. Let me see. Let me call this number real quick. Let me see who we got. I don't know who it is. I'm calling it though. All right, we gonna find out.
Moats.
Yeah. Hold on. I know this voice. Say it again.
Yes, indeed.
Hey, that's the one. That's got to be Noriega. Is that Big Noriega? Is that one? That sounds like that's the only Noriega I'm hearing. Yeah, I'm about to say, heck yeah, man. Let's get it. How the heck are you, man?
I'm good, bro. Hope all is well with you and the family.
Hey, man, you know I can't complain, man. Getting ready for the weekend, man. Vibing out and talking to the homies, man. You know that. Heck yeah.
Oh, yeah. Hey, before you ask me what you finna ask me, let me ask you something.
Let's do it, man. Get it off. Let's do it.
Hey, I love Justin Fields. You know I'm a Justin Fields guy. But tell them guys in the chat, Justin Fields is not better than Danny Dimes.
So if we're talking from a passing wise, I'm taking Danny over him throwing. I like his running ability better, though. That's the one thing I will say with Fields. I think he runs the football better than Danny Dimes, but yes, I do feel like Danny is the further along passer right now, though. Yes.
That's all I was saying.
But the numbers reflect that also. Yeah, I was going to say
they're similar. They're so similar.
Yeah, where the difference is Fields' legs. Fields' legs are the outlier when we're comparing the two. But you look at what Danny has been able to do throwing the football. You obviously look at what he's been doing from a passing touchdown perspective as well. Now, granted, he's played in more games. I think he's played in about 20 more games than Fields, but they pretty much are like
playoffs too.
Yeah, I'm like say they have a lot of similarities. I just think that Daniel Jones is still more of a pass first player, whereas Fields is trying to develop into more of a pass first versus being the guy that defaults to just using his legs, which is what we saw a lot from him in Chicago. So yeah, we on the same page with that. Yeah. And it's not I don't think it's a slight. I think it's just real. You know what I mean? Like,
I prefer Fields. I don't want Danny Dimes. I'm Fields guy.
Yeah.
But with the Aaron Rodgers thing, if he's gonna bring Devontae Adams to Pittsburgh with him, I want it.
Oh.
Let's get that Super Bowl. We got the defense.
Okay.
Hey, them ain't getting younger, dog.
This is real. But
like if we ain't gonna sign Fields back, either go get me Darnold, or you get me Aaron Rodgers and Devontae in that package.
See, Rodgers and Devontae is very intriguing to me. I think with Rodgers,
they getting a lot of cap available now too.
Oh no, facts. We got plenty of money available, but more importantly, because of how the Jets' pay structure is going to be for Rodgers, we're not going to be on the hook for all of that. I think the situation is more so what they're going to do with Devontae Adams, because they haven't officially said are they moving on from him or not.
Right.
I hope they do. If they do, then yeah, package deal him, man, and bring them both, or just give us Devontae and we good with that. But I don't know if they're going to move on just yet. Like they say they might, right, but they still are kind of on the fence. So that's the only part with that one. But once we get that info, that opens up a lot more opens up a lot more doors as well. Because at least with Rodgers, we know now, yeah, they're already saying that they're going to release Rodgers. Like there isn't an if, and, or buts. That's happening. And they're just determining if they want to do the pre or post June 1st designation for how much they're going to have to be on the hook for from a dead money cap standpoint, you know?
Right. And see, I'm looking at it from this standpoint. The draft is in Pittsburgh next year, which is our city. Aaron Rodgers is on his way out.
A lot of eyes.
We ain't got to draft a quarterback. We can get Rodgers back. We got Skylar Thompson. I say go get somebody like maybe a Geno Smith or somebody a little younger that can fit that backup quarterback too. And next year we draft Erlar from Penn State.
Oh,
Pennsylvania.
That shit, you like him?
Big band similarities.
Oh,
I don't think Arch coming out. You know, I was the Manning's quarterback academy when I was coming up.
yeah.
Like they are 4-year guys. Arch ain't coming out in 2026.
But hold on, but you like Aller better than Arch though. Either like if Arch were to come out, you still like him. That's what I was like.
I just know Arch ain't coming out.
Got you.
Like how to manage roles.
Yeah. Now, I see what you're saying.
To 2027, then hell yeah, I'm off of Arch.
Okay. That's what I was like. I thought you were saying that you would take him over Arch. I'm like, man, that's tough. Okay, we on the same page.
I just think Erlar fit. I think Erlar do it perfect. If we ever have to draft a quarterback, and it's not Arch, I think Erlar the next one up.
See, I can see that. I think the way that you're viewing Aller is how I view Will Howard. That
I like Will
big
Howard.
body, has all the same traits of a Big Ben, a little bit younger. You could play him early, but you want him to come in and maybe sit for a year. And then, yeah. So we're seeing the same version. I like what you're saying, though. I definitely like what you're saying right there, man.
Or they can bring Russell back for one more year. You know, I'm not a Russell guy. But
No,
I'm looking
I get what you're saying, though.
From the Super Bowl standpoint, we're trying to get them guys at least a playoff win.
Yeah.
But it's all focused on drafting the quarterback in our city.
You draft the QB in the first round. In the 2026 draft, the city is going crazy. You know they gonna go crazy, man. Come on, man. In Pittsburgh, you get QB one. Yeah, it's gonna be nuts.
That's why I'm saying, like, I really like how I'm looking, bro. They don't sign Fields or Russ by next Friday.
Yeah,
because they said after the coaching signings they were going to build the quarterback.
Yes,
the coaching signing was over 3 days ago, 4 days ago.
Yep, so Coach T is having those meetings. Yeah, that's currently happening. Yep, we should be getting all of that type of info next week.
The draft combine Friday, right? Moats. They all do Thursday for the draft combine. So that quarterback gonna be signed. If it's Fields or Russ, they'll be signed before next Friday.
I can see it. I can see that.
If not by next Friday, we'll be getting Aaron Rodgers or Sam Darnold.
Ooh, all right.
That's what I think.
Let's go, Noriega. Let's go. I like how you talking your talk there, baby. I like how you talking your talk. Let's get it, man.
I appreciate you taking my call, bro.
Hey, no, without a doubt. Hey, man, you stay safe out there, too, all right?
You too. Stay blessed. You're in the fan, bro.
Hey, let's get it, man. Appreciate you as always, baby. You already know. Hey, for sure. Shout out to Noriega right there, man. Always good to talk to him, man. And it was good to hear his perception on it, man. His opinion on it. He said he kind of liked the pack still element, but if not, man, hey, Drew Aller. All right. I like that. I can see that. I can see Drew. I can see it. Shout out to Noriega. All right, we're going to take one more call. And then after that, should be time for the homie, TG, to tap in, lock in with the gang. So, you know, we're looking forward to that. All right. I see it. I see somebody calling. All right. I'm calling you back. I don't know who you are, but we're about to find out. I'm nervous. Here we go. Moment of truth. If it calls. Oh, all right. Here we go. Moment of truth. Whew, here we go on the phone. Oh, all right. Let me try that again. Okay. Nothing like a little phone roulette. I like the phone roulette game. Oh, all right. Guess they don't want no action. All right. You get no phone roulette then. All right. I'm call this next one back. All right. You keep popping up. All right. I'm going to call you right now. Here we go. Hello?
Please leave your message for...
Oh, let me hang up before your phone number get dropped out there. Now, you don't want that. Come on now. I'm trying to call your bike. You called me. I'm trying to see who this is. You know what I'm saying? We trying to run this show. Oh, all right. Guess that ain't the one then. All right. Last time, I'm going to try this one. And if this one don't work, then Lord, we going to seize what it is. Hey, come on, boy. Yeah, like, y'all don't... Boy, it's me calling you back. You just called my phone. How you going to hang up on me? All right. Guess we ain't got it then. All right. And then this will be officially the last one. If this one don't go through, man, it's over. All right. It's over. Let's see. They try to call me. I'm trying to call out. Hello? Hello? Hello?
Hey, what's going on?
Hey, is that the bro? I know that ain't the bro Bear. Is that the bro Bear in here? That sounds like bro Bear.
Yeah,
Is that
man.
man?
It's gonna be good today.
You know what time it is. Let's get. Hey, like I'm over here. Like I done tried to call. A couple of these numbers done called me. I'm calling these numbers back. Nobody answering. I ain't know what was going on. And then I hear your voice. I said, wait a minute now. I know that one. I know that bass. That sounds like the 757.
That's the first time I first time had a celebrity call my phone. I'm liking this.
Are you funny? Let's get it, man. Shout out to you though, the Bro-Barian, man. First off, everything good in your hood, man? What's the word with you, man?
Oh, man, you know God is good. Heck yeah, everything's fine.
We
got lots of snow. The military is giving us a little bit of a. Well, I ain't gonna get through all that, but yeah, I'm good.
No respect. Hey, yeah, y'all did get hit a little hard out there with that snow. I did see it. That's oof. Shout out to VA. Shout out to VA, baby. Let's go. Heck yeah, man. But let's get to this thing, bro. Barian, because obviously, GP, he has his eyes set on somebody that he likes. His dream quarterback, Aaron Rodgers. Discount double check. Come on, man. Talk to me now.
I read his quote. It says, my dream teammate would probably be Aaron Rodgers or Ed Reed, or like Ed Reed. So if you look at the whole deal, he's talking about guys that he's probably looked up to, he's always wanted to play with. That does not really discount what he's got going on behind that locker room. So I'm not going to put too much talking. So I think that's this drama that there's not really a big deal behind it. You know what I'm saying?
I like your approach to it.
Afterwards.
You know I like your approach. I'm always on the flip side of like, yeah, I hope it's just that and just that. Because of all these retired quarterbacks that are available that you could have said, why you got to name the one that was just linked to us a month ago? Not even a month ago. 3 weeks ago. They say, oh, Aaron Rodgers wants to come to the Steelers. Steelers want to go ahead. Steelers like Aaron Rodgers. I'm like, oh, now all of a sudden that's quarterback you want to name? That's crazy. That's all I'm saying, man. I'm like, you got a Mike Vick out here. You got some Joe Montana. You can say Mahomes. You can say Brady. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of names. That's all.
Well, back in the day, discount double check guy, he was pretty popular.
He was
every time he did that.
Come on now, man.
It was the height of WWF wrestling.
You know it.
Yeah. He's a young dude. You know, he remember all that. But remember, Aaron Rodgers said every once in a while when he plays against Pittsburgh, him and Tomlin always winking at each other.
You see it, right?
That was a weird feel too. Yeah.
Because you remember that from, was that 2 years ago? We remember that from 2 years ago.
Yeah, but that was 2 years ago. I don't know about that right now.
I'm over here like Rodgers is. I'm like, I like his talent, but it's Rodgers. Like Rodgers got a lot that comes with him. Like you don't just get Rodgers, you get the full Aaron Rodgers experience, you know. And I just
like hiding in the darkness. For a while.
I'm just like I think that could be a lot.
Yeah, I think Pittsburgh is done. I mean, I'm not gonna say they're done because you don't know what you get till you draft that person. But these people, these strange atmospheres they bring with them. I really think they're tired of that a little bit. You know, AB was the pinnacle. Now we got a little stuff with GP, we got a little stuff with other players, but I think they can't stomach any more of that craziness anymore.
Honestly, I have a similar feeling with that. I'm like, when I think of the stuff we talk about with GP, living in that locker room, man, during that time frame, I'm like, bro, this is PG-13. This is nothing in comparison to like some of the stuff that you internally be dealing with during that time frame, man. So yeah, when you get to that point where culturally you just feel like, man, there's so much drama, so many distractions that you're trying to overcome, and the only way you're getting over it is because you're winning. Yeah, that wears on you. It wears on you. And then once you start to not have those consistent wins, that dominance, now it shows up a lot more. And it makes you feel the strain of that. And yeah, I could definitely understand why they would want to steer real clear of that, you know?
Yeah, because the focus will get spread out, right? It's not a pure focus of just winning the game. If you remember, man, when we had the Killer Bees, we had everybody together. It was always something that they were never the same team the week. Such and such was hurt. One dude gets in trouble for this. One person.
Think about it. Every season.
Like, come on.
Yeah. And then sometimes going into the postseason, we would deal with that. And you're like, man, you picked this time for this to happen? Like, nah.
Exactly. And then when we did have the receivers, Ben didn't even have a running back. We had to freaking deal with these little chumpy chump running back situations. It make me so mad, man. It's like, God dang, can we just get a team on the field that's just consistent? And with drama, man, it just takes all the focus away, man. It's almost like trying to herd a bunch of cats.
No, seriously.
One of them's going to jump out the box.
Hey, look, if you keep playing that game you want to, man. Keep playing that game you want to. I'm with you, though, man. Like, we got to continue to go in the right direction of maturity, of less distractions. I do think that some of these players, distractions come with them, but I do feel like it's a difference when it's a drafted player versus it being somebody that you're signing from outside. I think that internal guy that you've had since year one and you've really seen him open up his personality to where we're saying, all right, GP, hey, bro, maybe we can bring this back a little bit. I do feel like we're in a better position to do that with him because of the fact he's homegrown versus when you're talking about Aaron Rodgers, man, that's that convo when you're like, you're not about to change that old dog. All right. That old dog bites people. All right. You're not going to change him at year 15, 16. Like, you just know this is what you're signing up for better or worse.
And the appreciation is not there. I remember my first time on a football team, y'all. I remember I was nervous, scared, all those good things.
Bro, Baron, I know you won't scared out there, bro. Baron, stop playing. You won't scared. You won't scared. Nah, you got that big dog in. You already know about you. You won't scared at all, man.
All those guys on that team I was trying to catch on to. All those defensive backs I was trying to be part of. I was scared, man, because they were so freaking good.
I already know what you're on. Heck yeah.
Oh, my gosh. And I said, one day I'm going to be like them. And the next year, I was better, but at the same time, I remember what it was not to be able to play. I didn't want to go backwards. Right? So when you see somebody like Aaron Rodgers who's really, really comfortable, I think after a while you start thinking, hey, I can get away with this, I can get away with that. Yeah. That is not what Tomlin wants anymore. He wants somebody to not want to go backwards.
Yeah, I mean, you heard that last year when heard that last year when he brought in Russ. That was the whole thing. Yeah. It was to push Kenny. I'm pushing both of you guys. Then it was like, all right, it's still competition. Fields, now you're going to push Rush. Like, either way, nobody is giving anything. And you're right. You need that edge on occasion, man. Sometimes, man, you get to that point where it becomes too routine, too mundane, and you lose that urgency in your preparation, and it does show up. Yes. And you can't be that way. Yeah, because now you're becoming complacent. And at this level, man, it's too many hungry guys out there. And that is why you see Rodgers not necessarily being the dominant player he was in the past. Some of this injury related, but others that, the game does keep going. And if you cheat the game is going to find out. Like, not saying that he does, but the game is the game. Like, these young dudes don't care about that. Talk about the Mahomes of the world. You talk about the Lamar Jacksons of the world. You talk about the Josh Allens, the Joe Burrows. It's like we got a fresh new crop of young dudes that's trying to get it. They're trying to prove it. And if you're not able to stay on that throne as the best, then it'll pass you by quickly, man. And I think for Rodgers, this could be that reminder for him.
Right. And what I like about Fields and Russ, when you see those guys, especially Russ is a little technician. That dude. He just, I'm gonna learn now, but I'm gonna run this way, I'm gonna run that way.
You seen him?
This is before pregame. This is in a parking lot of Red Lobster. The dude is doing some stuff. You like, this dude doesn't want to quit. And that's the top player you want. And when I watch Fields, when I see the stuff he's doing, he's trying to. You know what I'm saying? I'm never gonna knock him for what he's trying and what he wants to become, because he could have quit a long time ago. So he got heart. I'm never gonna put those kind of players down. You know what I'm saying? I just don't know if Rodgers would be it. I think he'd be more vanilla. Yeah. Without no flavor. You know what I'm saying? I don't think
that's real. That's real.
I don't think he's gonna be in. But I'm not gonna trip about what Pickens said. He's a young dude just having fun.
I like your energy with it, man. I like your energy. Hey, shout out to you, bro, Barry. You already know it's all big love, man. What you got? What you got on the back end, man?
One more thing. What Noriega said about bringing in Aaron Rodgers and
Devontae Adams. Yeah.
Dude, that was a great idea. That was a great idea. As vanilla as he is, he loves getting that ball to Devontae. Can you imagine Devontae Adams, and then we got GP on the other side?
Come on now.
All the little, that would be nasty. Man, that would be nasty. I ain't gonna lie. I might try that on Madden tonight.
I like your style. Oh man,
Yes,
I like your
indeed.
style.
Yes, indeed.
That's hey, look. I like how you doing it right there. If you gonna end it, that's how you end it, bro, Barry. All right, that's how you end it.
Hey, one day, one of these people in your chat need to be a guest on your show. I would drive up there so fast,
Hey,
brother. I'm sure everybody else would too.
Look.
So
We're
I'm
gonna
just saying,
figure
just go
out
ahead,
something
just drop
down the
that
line.
seed, brother.
We will figure
Okay.
out something down the line. I like the energy though. Trust me. We're gonna figure out something down the line though. All right, we for certain gonna figure out something, man. But as
I'm sure
always,
you
bro.
want a nice looking Corvette in your driveway. I'm sure you'd like to see that. All right, man. Let me get off here. God bless you guys.
Appreciate you again, man. Have a great weekend too, baby.
All right, you too. Goodbye.
We say
Steeler chat. Love y'all. Have a good one.
there it is. Shout out right there to the bro Barry, man. Alrighty. Y'all hit that like button one time for the culture. Don't forget to subscribe either if you are new to the channel. Man, always good catching up with the bro Barry. Shout out to Noriega. Shout out to Brent Fox, the 2144 show. Chopping it up with you for the first time. So that's a vibe. That's a big time vibe. And y'all already know it's about to be time to have the homie TG pull up, or not pull up, but hop on the phone line. So hit that like button one time for the culture. And don't forget to subscribe either if you are new to the channel. Let's call up the homie. Let's just run right back into this thing, man. Let's get into this thing.
Hello.
There he is. Hey. We are joined, ladies and gents, by the man, the myth, the legend. I'm talking that former Pittsburgh Steelers linebacker. I'm talking about that West Virginia Mountaineer. They say it is almost heaven. That's what they say there, all right? And a lot of people do say it. A lot of people say it. But then on top of that, this is my locker mate, my former locker mate, one half of the locker mates, and the current defensive coordinator for Norfolk State University. I'm talking about the one and only Terence T.G. Garvin. Behold the green and the gold. Let's go. Bro, they still love you, TG. Just know they still love you, man.
Yeah.
How my dog doing though, man? What's the word? What's the word, man?
Feeling good, man. In this a snowstorm a little bit.
Oh, I heard y'all got it. Yeah, you broke out the snow boots. I know this ain't your first rodeo. You know how to handle the snow, right? Yeah.
Yeah, another day.
There it is. Mm-hmm. Shoot, man. You know I've been meaning to hit your line, all right? Mm-hmm. I was surfing on Instagram, one of the guys that I used to compete against as well. I still follow, and he had dropped this post the other day. All right, it was a pretty cool picture, nice little graphic, had him up there, had these dates and all these different teams and names and times. And as I was looking, I said, oh, that say Norfolk State. And it was Deshaun Jackson's post. He got y'all boys on the schedule this year, bro. Y'all got Delaware State.
We got those
coming down to the Casa. Ooh.
I think we gotta go down there.
Hey, my man. Hey. Come on now. I like that.
Game.
I said, oh, that's one of the ones. It ain't homecoming, but that's like a homecoming. That's like a little second homecoming for whoever it is. Yeah, that's the who's who. Jeez. I like how y'all doing it though, man.
Faces, man. Nameless great faces.
Hey, no, respect on that. Respect on that, man.
So pull up, we'll be ready to go.
Hey, I like how you do. Hey, that's how the coach supposed to sound, man. Let me be the hype man. You like how you locked in, DC. That's where you the coordinator, man. That's where you the coordinator. Man. I'm like, yo, man, we gonna have Vic versus Deshaun Jackson. We got Clinton Porter's offensive coordinator versus Terence Garvin, defensive coordinator.
Is he the OC? I don't think.
Oh no, I think he running back. I think he running backs coach. Yeah, running backs coach. Yeah, running backs. But I'm like, yo, we got Porter's versus TG. Come on, man. I got my dog. I like my dog. You know my dog had the defense ready to roll, man. Heck yeah. Come on, man. Heck yeah, man. I'm just hey, man. I was hype over here when I seen that. I'm like, yo, it's up. And give me Norfolk State. I'm telling y'all today. You ain't in this conversation, TG, because you coaching. But I got Norfolk State. All right, I'm throwing it out there on the front end. Let's get it. Nice. Let's get it, man.
Nice.
But figure, man, we can chop it up a little bit because there have been plenty of things that have transpired since we've last spoken. All right. I guess I will stick with what we were just currently talking about, which was my man GP, George Pickens. Shout out to him, man, was doing his little interviews. You know how that thing go. And he had mentioned that, you know, ideally, or his dream quarterback or dream teammate, who would it be? And obviously he had brought up Aaron Rodgers. Now I will also give you some more deeds. He did. He said his dream teammate would be Aaron Rodgers. And then he was like, or I mean, a guy like Ed Reed. So he's like, okay, you thought Ed Reed to kind of get me off your trail maybe. But at the same time, I'm like, that's a real convenient name to be throwing out right now.
Is that what he said?
That's what he said. Now we opened the phone lines up. A lot of the people on the phone lines said that, yeah, we feel like that's how he feels and we can understand why he would feel like that. But there was one person that simply said, oh, man, maybe that's one of his all-time guys. And that's why he thought Ed Reed as well. And I'm like, that's fair. That's a fair assessment. But one hasn't played in a while, and one was just rumored to have interest in the Steelers and Steelers have interest in him like 2 weeks ago. You know what I mean? So that was kind of how I was looking at it. But what's your perspective on it? How do you feel about my man George Pickens and his comments about, you know, his dream teammate being Aaron Rodgers?
I mean, that's all right. That's loud. That's a big statement. That's what he might feel, though. He might want somebody to really just throw it to him, you know? He might be in that place. Like, somebody really just drop back here, let's connect, and you feed me and just let me go to work. Let me be that guy that everybody's looking for. Let me go to work for you. You know? So I get where he's coming from. I see what he's trying to say. I see the movie. I see what he's trying to say. Right, man, I want somebody to just
feed
drop
me.
Back and just
feed me.
Just feed me.
Feed me, bro.
We don't have to play with this. Just get it to me. Let me do what it is that I do with it. Like I hear what that's what I heard.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I might not be, but that's what I heard. I heard feed me. Like,
okay.
Man, just get it to me, man.
Cause shoot, man, to me, man, when I'm looking, I'm like, I could understand why you would like him. I mean, you think about just the time where GP was growing up in, man. GP is prime age for where you're getting the discount double check, man. This is the big Aaron Rodgers era, man. That's Green Bay MVP killing them all, Mr. Hail Mary time frame.
You grew up on that.
Yeah. You know? I'm like, bro, if you grew up watching one of them ones, you know how we feel when you get a chance to, hey, man, I wouldn't mind having that one on my team. I wouldn't mind playing with it. I get it. I definitely can understand that, man.
And that's what I'm saying. I don't think that's a shot.
Yeah, and I would agree. Yeah, I'm not saying it's a shot. I don't think it's a shot.
You know?
But I'm just like, man, of all the names, like, dang, that's a name. That's definitely a name,
definitely
man.
A big name.
That's definitely a name, man. Yeah.
Definitely a big name. It wasn't like to say it off.
Yeah, I'm like, it's a lot of names that you could have said, even if we talking all times. All time state, like, I want Brady would have been his teammate or Mahomes. It's like it's some names that you could have went with, but that one just like I said, just it's a little different.
Name for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
You know.
He didn't have to take that route, but it wasn't. I think a lot of things he do get taken like that.
It does though, but it's because it's GP. It gets loud.
And it's the blessing of being a Steeler. Yeah. Like if he's not a Steeler, you don't even pay that no more.
Yeah, now that's very true. That's very true.
It's the blessing of being what he is, and with that being the case, like yeah, I hear what you're saying. He basically like feed me though. That's what I heard out of that.
I don't have an issue with him wanting the football either. He nice. He nice. Now, one of the dudes who was talking about that though had brought up the fact that, man, we don't mind Rodgers if that includes the Devontae Adams package deal. Because his perspective was now you talking have Rodgers, Devontae, and a GP. You know, might be able to cook with that.
And I think that's what you like.
That's what I'm saying. You might could cook with that low key, bro.
When I was saying it, like it's not a bad deal. Like it's just like to me, Fields is the guy.
Right, like and I get you saying that. Yeah, I know you are staying consistent with that. We hopefully gonna find out how the team feel because they just last week Jeremy Fowler had reported that they were still split on it, but they supposed to be having that meeting this week. So we should know sometime next week who the guy is between them two at least.
I think Russ kind of came out a little bit like, hey, I ain't just gone.
Phil said that. Yeah, Phil was like, yo,
It ain't
yeah, because we're gonna talk about that too. With
like it ain't just over, you know. So it's like I don't think nobody know. I think it's a lot of conspiracies. I think they loading up on money. They making sure
they got a
checking
lot of money.
I think they're checking every kind. They're running it like business right now. They're looking for the best possible available.
Yeah,
They're looking for the best possible to get them there. You can feel that. They're definitely doing their due diligence with everybody. For them to even call the Jacksonville and whatnot, like we're checking every situation.
Now, with that though, we've also seen, because they are checking every situation, because they are taking their time, doing their due diligence, we also got new reports. The new report was that the Jets have interest in Justin Fields, and Justin Fields' camp said that they have interest in the Jets. Justin Fields also said, yeah, he's open to returning to the Steelers, but he doesn't want to come back unless there are guarantees that he has a clear path to being the starter. He wants the guarantee or some type of promise, because he felt like with Russ, that wasn't the case, obviously, because he got pulled after the 6 games. So how does that make you feel also, now that we're knowing that there is another player in this conversation, and Justin Fields isn't just sitting here without any type of action? He's letting you know, hey, I see the Jets, and I do like that a little bit as well. How does that impact you in terms of your timeline, in terms of your urgency, in terms of just what you're trying to do contractually right now? Or does this report about the interest and the mutual with the Jets and stuff not move you one way or the other right now?
I don't think it moves you.
Okay.
I think you're okay.
Are you concerned that if you continue to wait, though, that you could lose Fields?
I think they know. Like, I think they feel okay.
Okay.
You know, like, I don't think that's. I think you feel like he's with us right now. You know.
I mean, he is right now. You know, free agency gonna open up in about 2.5 weeks, though.
So you still got 2.5 weeks. You feel okay.
Okay.
You feel okay.
Okay. Because that's what I'm like. It's like, bro, that clock ticking, bro. And what you don't want is for both of them dudes to hit this market and play that game. We don't want to play that game. You don't want both of them to hit the market, and now it's either.
You got a plan for that. I think you got a plan.
But how do you plan for that, though? How do you plan for both of them hitting it? Skylar Thompson can't be that.
That opens draft boards up.
Okay.
You know, that opens up. Okay, well now they're not in the running for one. Let's go get one in the draft. Okay. You see it. Like, I think you have a plan for every situation. Cause
you like that plan, though?
I don't think it's a terrible plan, because if you don't believe in Fields all the way, then you do just start it. You know, but I think Fields represents that young guy that you're looking for. If he's not the young guy you're looking for, you do just go get you one. Perfect, you know, pure blood.
Listen, you know, I hear what you're saying. And my rebuttal is just like, yo, why we gotta wait till the end? Why we gotta get this close to it? If y'all feel like that's the guy, you know that's the guy, how much longer are we gonna allow him to entertain other conversations or entertain people showing up saying they have interest in him now? Because once he starts to create a list, you know we don't want to do the bidding war. We don't want to do that. We lose that game.
He might also be Saquon in it, where he like, hey.
He could be. That's what I'm saying.
You know?
He could be.
I think he is that, but they might be saying you're not what you think you are. Like,
and that's what I'm saying. And now one thing leads to another. You know how negotiations go. You know how it is when you and they having that talk and they don't tell you what you want to hear back. It ain't supposed to be personal, but what does it always turn into? Personal. Yeah. It get real. Oh, you don't think I'm like? I bet. You know how that go. Yeah.
That's cool. That's what you feel like.
Yeah. Okay. See, as soon as you start, I was like, yeah, we all go back to that moment. We all had that moment. You playing this game long enough? Oh, you done had that moment where you like, oh, okay, bet. Say less. I got you. That's how you feel?
That's cool.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Cool. So when I see him having that interest, I'm like, oh, are you to that stage of negotiations yet? Are we still in the good part? Because they've been talking about Russ. They've been talking about calling other people. Everybody else, you still here though. But I'm like, all right now. They playing in your faces what it sounds like. I don't know if it's intentionally, but I can see how you can see it that way. That's all I'm saying. I can see how you can see it that way.
I can see how you can see it that way.
That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying they playing in your face, but I could definitely, when I see they have interest in Daniel Jones, and we're going to talk about that in a second, if I'm Fields, I'm like, yo, are you playing in my face, bro? I feel like y'all playing with me a little bit, man. Like, you told me about Russ. You told me about Rodgers. You calling Lawrence. You're interested in Stafford. All right, now you got interested in Daniel Jones. It's like, bro, what are we doing? What are we doing, man? Where am I in this pecking order? You know what I mean? Like, I get your due diligence, but I'm just saying from the human perspective, TG, bro, come on, man.
I'm with you. I feel what you feel. I feel you where it's like, you're playing with me a little bit, but
that's the business side. I get it. It's the business side. It is the business side, yes.
It's the business of it.
Mm-hmm.
Let it develop.
Yeah. But it is a dangerous game, though. I think both can be true, but I think you playing a dangerous game, though.
Yeah, let it develop.
All right.
That's okay.
Okay. Well, while we letting that develop, we're gonna let that marinate for a little bit. Did you see the reports, though, about the interest that the Steelers and Daniel Jones have in each other, though?
Yeah, I don't.
Why?
That's
educate me on it. What do you see? What do you see? What?
That's a backup. That says you're going in the draft to get one.
Okay.
That's what that says.
Now, why do you feel like that?
Because that's a I don't want to say a backup, but that's a secure. It's played. It's okay. It's safe. That's your Kirk Cousins. Like, it's safe, but we got to go get one.
I'm with you. Okay. So if Daniel Jones is safe, what are you calling Fields then?
Fields is a go get one. Fields is your guy.
I'm not following you then. Hold on, bro. Hold on. What? So Daniel Jones is the safe, secure, the Kirk Cousins.
Yes.
I'm
you don't pay that nothing.
Okay.
You don't get that.
Even though it was already paid at a point. Yeah. It got the big deals at 2 years ago, right? 2 years ago, it got the one. Was it 160?
It's Mitch Trubisky.
Okay. So you look at it, it's Trubisky to you. Okay.
It's Trubisky.
Okay.
And you go get one.
Okay.
It's Trubisky to the T.
All right. Okay.
It's the same to the T.
All right.
It's Bruce Koskowski. Bruce G.
No, you playing, bro. You are playing, man.
Secure. It's
you
Charlie.
Are
It's C-Batch. It's Charlie.
C-Batch, yes. Okay, C-Batch, yes. I can see C-Batch. Oh, man. So what do you not like and what do you like when you're talking Daniel Jones? And just in the sense of the guys you're comparing him to. Just so I can see what
it kills you. It's safe, secure. You don't bring it in there to be the starter. You bring it in there to get you out of some games, need be. It's mature. It's been through some stuff. You know, like.
Could it win a competition?
I don't think you put it in a competition to win. I don't think I think you go get something. Okay. Maybe you put it in a competition with something young. I don't think that's the guy that.
Would you let it compete with Fields?
No, it's the backup to Fields, but you tell it it's competing.
That's what I'm saying. Because up until this point, this is the Chicago version of Justin Fields, right? We've only seen him in New York with the keys to the car.
That's exactly what it is.
Right. But we've seen him like I said, the difference was Fields didn't get the second contract, man. We saw them commit to him. We saw him take a team to the postseason. Now, we know Fields has success as well, but there are certain things that Daniel Jones did do to put him in that position to get the deal. You know what I mean? So that's the only part where I'm like, I don't hate the competition element. I'm with you. I do think in the end, Fields should win it out. But I think there are certain things that Daniel Jones can do that will push Justin Fields, man.
I'm with you.
Because, like, we would both agree, Fields is the far and away better runner, but Daniel Jones can still run. Like, we don't look at Daniel Jones and we talking about him like he's Russ, like he's Trubisky, like he's Kenny Pickett. Like, no, Daniel Jones can run.
You could argue it just didn't work where he was at.
Yeah, the same thing we did about Fields in Chicago, right?
Yeah, you could have had an argument. It just didn't work where he was at.
Yeah, you look at his arm. Does he not have a big arm? Does he not? Can he not make all the like? It's Daniel Jones. It ain't like he was no fourth round. It's a first round pick we talk about as well. Like, the talent where they're currently at. I'm like, yo, what's the big difference between the two at their current stages right now?
I'm with you.
So that's why I like the competition part of it.
I think it's just the athleticism aspect.
Yeah.
Like, I just think, and I think Justin Fields is far more athletic.
I do too. And I think Fields could beat him out. But I also don't think it's a negative for him to have to compete with them. I want both of them if I was going to go that route. That's all I'm saying.
But, like, I think he's far more athletic. Like, he can do things. Like, he just opens your playbook up a little bit.
From the athleticism standpoint, yes. But I would also say I think Daniel Jones at this stage is further along as a passer.
See, and I think Justin Fields is a better passer than he gets credit for. Like, I think he.
Go ahead. I mean, I hear you. I hear you. I
don't think he's a bad passer.
I'm not saying he's a bad passer. The same way I'm not saying Daniel Jones is a bad runner. But I think we would all agree that Justin Fields at this stage is better as a runner. And I just think at this stage that Daniel Jones is a better passer right now. That's all.
I guess you feel like you can get a Sam Darnold situation out of Daniel Jones.
Yeah, the cheap $10 million type deal. Yes. Yeah.
Show up and
yes.
show up.
Yes. Show up, load it up around him, and you come in here and don't crash this car. We know that when you were asked to be the reason why we were winning, that ain't your game. But you're more than good enough to come in here and be just the glue to all the other pieces that I can add. Why Sam Darnold going into a Vikings offense with the Addison and the Jeffersons and everything else, you like, oh, all right, cool. You look really good over here all of a sudden. Like, that's what I'm looking at. You know what I mean? So I'm just trying to think of different ways that we can get what we tried to get, which is, that quarterback thing figured all the way out.
Okay.
Do you think Fields would trip on that, though?
I think he would respect it because he'd be in the pole position.
Yeah, and that's how I see it as well. Mm-hmm.
So it'd just be same script, but now it's your race. You're the senior.
You're in the driver's seat. It's yours to lose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What could be all right.
Nah, salute to him. So yeah, we will see, man. But yeah, I was like, bro.
I think Fields needs to be back. I think he's the guy.
I like your energy, man. Listen, you keep saying it, man. I'm gonna eventually just go all the way in with you. I'm gonna be like, all right, man. TG done said it enough, man. Bump it. All right, let's do it. All right. For right, wrong, and different. Let's do it. All right. I'm hoping that we get the info next week, though. That's what I'm hoping. You know what I mean? Sooner rather than later. Just give us some direction. Usually when the combine happened, that's when we found out about, the Bears saying that they were going to go with Caleb Williams over Justin Fields. And that's when everybody knew that Fields was going to be available. So we will see, man. We will see. All righty. Next thing that we did have was the Steelers having their reports coming out that they are going to be moving on from a couple free agents, man. Upcoming free agents, Dan Moore, big Dan left tackle, and then obviously James Daniels at the right guard spot. Reports are that those guys will not be returning for next season. So did want to ask you, man, your thoughts on that, man, losing two dudes that have been starters for the past, Dan Moore, past 4 years, 66 starts under his belt with the squad. And then James Daniels, we know, obviously with him, another rack of starts, was our highest paid lineman at the time as well, man. But what's your thoughts, man, on both of those guys being headed towards free agency now?
Saves money, business move.
Yeah.
I think in terms of, Moore, it's the left tackle position. You drafted there last year.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like you've drafted there. You
didn't win tackle back to back, right?
Yeah.
Back to back. Round one joint. Like, woof.
They'll probably go get another tackle.
Don't you say that, TG. Stop it. Stop it. I done heard somebody else say that. Stop it. They like, hey, bro, I can see you go O-line. You can't go 3 O-line back to back. I can't see it. I can't see it. You can't go 3 offensive linemen, man. I don't know. No.
They're trying to get that line together. So They let him go. That's a business move. You got a tackle. You drafted a tackle. You cool at you decent at tackle. You're not uncomfortable at tackle. You want another tackle, but you're not uncomfortable. You got first rounders.
You got first rounders. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Broderick, in a sense, because you're moving him back to left, and we've never seen him at left, he does essentially feel like a brand new draft pick at that spot. Yeah.
You got first rounders at tackle. You feel a little bit better. Let's see how it works. And you go get another one late, so you feel comfortable. I think they have another one in there, sneaky.
Well, shoot, they've been playing. Was it Spencer Anderson? No, Calvin Anderson. Excuse me. Calvin Anderson plays on the outside. Spencer was playing more on the interior parts of it, but that's the guy that they've utilized whenever Dan wasn't available. But they for certain. I mean, I don't envision them going round 1 or 2 O-line at this stage. But I can see them tapping one. I can see them bringing something in there, though, man. But yeah, I can see them getting something in there.
They're going to get a lineman. I said that for sure. I think you feel good at the center position. You feel good interior-wise.
Yeah.
You feel okay.
Say Molly, you good. Frazier, you good. And then Mason McCormick, you look good on.
You feel good. Yeah. So that James Daniel moves, that's an easy move. You save money. Yeah. That was a big time signing when it first
It was. Heck yeah.
I mean, it more just didn't map out. Not that it didn't map out. It just didn't.
It got hurt, and Mason played well. I think it was simple as that. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes you know how it is. If the cheaper, younger option shows that it's comparable, it don't have to be better, but it could just be comparable or close enough. Yeah, man, business. Go get the cheap one. Let's go get that one. I mean, let me reset this clock. Let me save X amount of money. Now I can go send that X where or whatever else I might need to get, and now I'm good. Yeah. Dang on. Yeah.
Like
that's real.
Save money, you can go get another position.
Even though you over here is talking about we're gonna take one in the first. I don't want us to take another one in the first. I don't need no offensive lineman in the first round, man. Just
I just think it's totally get that offense together. I think it's gonna be all right this year. Defense is, you solidify all the pieces, like that defense is gonna be straight.
Yeah.
It's gonna gel this year. So it's like you just get you some weapons. I like to get you some weapons and don't blow the whole budget on the quarterback, but get you a nice something solid that can drive the car. And I think that's it.
Well, man, say don't blow the whole budget on a quarterback. All right. But what if it's the right quarterback though?
Who's the right one?
That's what I'm asking you. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know.
I don't think that's awesome.
I don't know.
I don't think that's available.
I was about to say, I don't know. Hey, look, if it was your wish list, who's your dream quarterback then? Huh? Play GP for a second. Who's your dream teammate at quarterback?
Like, you can have anybody, or you can just have these guys.
Give me the either or. Give me both answers.
I mean, if you can have anybody, you go grab 15.
Okay. Okay. Over that man though? You want him over that man?
Yeah, that is that man. Yeah, that is that man.
You
can have the available right
jeez. He said he is that man. Oh, he said, yo, I what he's talking about. He's that man, all right? He is that man. God damn.
That's the bro.
Because I'm like, Brady did it in 2 spots, though, bro. I'm just saying, 2 spots, 2 different coaches, 2 different styles. You know what I'm saying? Brady, man. Yeah, bro. I say, God, dog, say, bro. Mahomes that one. Yeah. All right. And then for the right now of the available options or of these guys, who you liking?
I like Justin Fields. I like Justin Fields. Like, that's what I like. That I think that fits. Besides that, I like Aaron in the package.
Yeah.
I like Aaron in the package. Maybe you'll get you a young one with that package. Like, that's nice, and that's a lot of weapons with Aaron. It's still Aaron, But then you got to put something behind Aaron, though. And that's where you do get a Daniels. I mean, not the Daniels, but...
Yeah, Daniel Jones. Yeah, Daniel Jones.
Daniel Jones,
Yeah.
But I like the package, though. I'm not mad at the package. Because you give me Devontae, you give me him, you give me...
Daniel Jones is QB too. I mean, I don't hate that at all. I think that makes your room a lot better. Yeah.
The package is nice,
Yeah.
You feel okay with the package.
Yeah.
I think you get a focus, Aaron. A little bit dangerous, man. Can retire at any time. A little bit dangerous. But
focused Rodgers. We get focused there.
Yeah, Aaron. And you get somebody you feel okay with. It makes the OC feel a little bit more relief. Like, whatever. Okay. And I think you had that with Rush. And it sounds like they had little power control. But I think
that's what I heard too. But how do you avoid that happening again, though? Because
I think with Aaron, you're getting power control.
Like, yeah, but if you're the coach, like speaking from a coach's perspective here, you don't want your say so though. You don't want to be like, yeah, but if we're gonna go down, let me go down with me having the sticks. Not, hey, is Aaron Rodgers gonna be, happy today making the right calls, or is, he just off, and now I got to go down with that. Like at this stage, you're not okay. Because I'm like, if I'm Arthur Smith,
we have the sticks.
Okay. I see. Because that's my thing. Because I'm like, well, Arthur Smith, when they were saying that, potential, or it was reports that him and Russ were having that little bit of a power struggle. I'm like, if you having that with a guy like Russ, you don't stand a chance with Rodgers. You know what Rodgers on as soon as he get off the bus.
Yeah, he's gonna check out of that.
Yeah. I'm not sitting here. I'm not playing this call. No, absolutely not. We going here. Yeah.
I'm about to get hit.
And I'm gonna look at you sideways when I come to the sideline too.
I think Aaron would be good. I think Aaron be a good pickup. I really do. Like I see that. I see the package with the package. I see that. That's not a bad pickup. I'm be honest.
Okay.
But not bad.
I don't hate it if I'm getting Devontae with it. I think it boosts my receiver room. I think it gives me a high floor with my quarterback, with the potential of it working really well, and we, tap into some of that magic that we've seen from Rodgers throughout his career. I don't hate that. But there's definitely a lot of ways that it could go left for certain on that one. All right. Shout out to my dog, though. And if y'all enjoying the homie being LPO on a Thursday this time, hit that like button one time for the coach. And don't forget to subscribe either if you're new to the channel. Alrighty. I did have to ask, man, as I was looking around the league, I was seeing how a young running back is getting ready to want a new contract, right? Specifically James Cook, man, Pro Bowl dude, young running back, dynamic player. And obviously because we got a running back that's potentially about to hit the market, or we about to have to, try to re-sign him. I just, I'm curious about what the numbers are, right? So obviously we had talked about Ramondre Stevenson getting the 10 mil up in New England per year. And we're like, all right, New England, we don't like it, but that's what they were on. James Cook specifically, though, is looking for $15 million per year now. Now, granted, this is after the Saquons have been paid, after the Josh Jacobs has been paid, after the Christian McCaffreys and the Alvin Kamaras, but he said he's looking for $15 million. So obviously, it had me thinking, and I need to ask you. I say, well, if James Cook is searching for $15 million, Ramondre Stevenson is getting $10 million, where does Najee fall now as if you're just projecting that market? What does that look like for you, man?
He's getting, how much is he getting? 15?
He's wanting 15. That's what he said he wants to do. Right now he's on the rookie deal. He's going into the year where you can get the contract negotiation. And they're basically saying that, he's willing to hold out to get the 15 per year. Yeah. I'm like, 15 mil, that's a lot right now. We thought Saquon getting to 12, 13 was kind of high. Hey, bro. Jeez.
In Arizona might give him 15.
But they paying James Conner something out there. How much is Conner getting out there?
Wait, who we saying? We saying Najee?
Yeah, we're saying Najee. Najee doesn't. No. Najee doesn't want 15. We're saying the backup, the running back, the starting back up in Buffalo, who coming off of was his second 1,000-yard season, right?
Okay. James Cook.
Okay. Yes. He wants 15 mil. I'm looking at Najee, obviously, and we're looking at.
You said they can't give him 15 in Buffalo. He can't give 15.
I'm just saying that's what he's looking for.
Dallas to give somebody something, but I don't think they'll give him 15.
Do you think Najee would be in that convo to get that, even if he would have hit an open market with the Dallas?
No, I think Najee can go get like 12, 13. I think Najee can sneaky get 13. Though.
You think? Okay, because that's essentially what Saquon and Josh Jacobs signed for.
I think Najee can sneaky get 13 at Dallas.
13 a lot.
13 a lot.
For the running back, that's a lot.
That's a steep bet.
And it ain't a Saquon? That's a lot.
I need a home run.
Bro, at the running back position. Oh, yo. I mean, I could see Dallas wanting to pay a dude.
I see Dallas doing that.
I could see that. Yeah.
Dallas need a bet.
Oh, man. That just seems like a lot, though, bro.
I agree.
But at the same time, the cap is going up. We saw the reports, man. It's going anywhere between $277 to $281.5 million is what the cap is ballooning to from the $255 million. So we know we're going to get more, available cash just as a whole in the NFL. And then when you start talking about the Steelers specifically creating more cap space, or even some of these other teams, that's the part where you look at Naj and it's like, well, with all of these reports about the cap increasing, with all the things that the Steelers are doing, clearing up more space, you're hearing these different reports about running backs, what they're currently getting, and then what guys are trying to reset the market to. How we feeling, you know what I mean? Like, as it pertains to Naj, and that was, like I said, why I had to bring it up to you, man. Because, yeah, I'm like, when I saw that number, I'm like, yo, this is starting to get weird. If we about to be paying that has zero chance to stay here for 15 mil. For 14 mil, has zero chance to stay here. For 13 mil, he can't stay here. You know that, bro. I'm like, hold on, man.
I'm gonna give him 15, man.
I say, man, look, we ain't clearing up them M's for that now. No, don't do that.
Yeah, 15's a lot.
Yeah.
That's a steep ticket. For a running back,
Would you pay Saquon 15?
I pay Saquon 15.
What number would you stop at for Saquon?
I don't know. It's such a weapon,
I mean, you paying quarterbacks 20 mil off the dribble, right?
You know what I mean?
We paying quarterbacks that we don't even respect. They getting 20.
I get Saquon 20.
That's a running back.
Saquon,
That's my thing. I'm like, yo, that running back, when them numbers start getting high, I'm like, yeah.
But he showed he can stay healthy.
Did it? It did it this year? It did it the year before that?
I needed to see him stay healthy.
You know how it go when you pay the 18. Oh, you know what's
going
on.
You just won the Super Bowl.
You know what's going on.
Just won the Super Bowl.
I mean, somebody. Listen, I get it. You got to pay it. You got to do it. I'm with you. But you know how this works. You know how this works. You know exactly how this works.
You just won the Super Bowl.
TG, how you think it works? How you think it plays out, man? Huh? You pay that man that he gonna get hurt, bro. You know he did.
I can't give it that.
You know it, bro. You know this.
I wasn't giving him that money.
Yeah.
I'm not giving. Like, I just think he got to find the right market. Like, I know he's not going to get that in Pittsburgh. You know what I mean? Like, I think he's gone. I don't think he'll get what he's looking for.
I think best case he get in here is 9. I think that's bad. I don't think they're going to do him right. Yeah.
I just don't think they'll value that.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Like, to what it's worth, I don't think that we appreciate it to that extent to pay it to that. Yeah.
So I think he's gone. I think they'll move on. I think they'll get him back in the draft. They'll move on.
Shoot, we got to do that soon, man. I know you in the grind right now, but I was like, man, we got to start looking at some of them college cats, them college running backs, man. See how you feeling, who you liking a little bit more, man. If we are going to move on from them, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they'll move on. They'll get a running back.
Yeah, because there's some dudes out here, man.
But I even seen something like 1,000 yards isn't sweet. Even though it's more games, like, people aren't doing it.
It's 70. It's like 70 something yards per game. TG. It's backs that don't average 70 yards per game. Like, that's what we talking about. To get 1,000 based on the 17 games, you got to go out there and get about 73 yards per game. As simple as that sounds, it is not simple. Absolutely not. It's games where as the linebacker, you're like, bro, you better not get 70 yards rushing on us. No, you definitely not getting 100. You can't get the 100. But yeah, so when I think of that, I'm like, yeah, we can minimize it all we want, but it's still production, man.
very productive. I'll give him that. It's just the running back world, man. It's value. You see Saquon, you get a good one, it can change your life, but that's a home run. Like, home runs are rare. Home runs are hard to find.
But we try to get home runs all the time at quarterback, don't we?
We do.
Mm-hmm.
But that's different.
And why is that different?
It's just it's different. Like, you can swing for a home run at quarterback. That home run at running backs is different. It's just different.
I mean, they both gonna set you back either way, though. When you miss on them, just one set you back a lot longer. I feel if you miss on that quarterback, that set you back longer because you got to really go and all right. Now we got to rebuild. Now we got to all right. What's the new package for this quarterback? That running back. As long as you ain't. I mean, worst case, it's a $17 million back. Worst case.
I think you're seeing that right now, though.
Yeah.
Like, right now, they're swinging for a quarterback still to this moment.
That's what I'm saying.
You know?
It takes a long time to get that right.
Mm-hmm. Until you get that right, you keep swinging.
Yeah, whereas we went L. Bell to Connor to Nas, like, the running back, the way that we've been evolving at that position or moving on from player to player has been a lot more successful and consistent than our quarterback production has been.
It just don't take as much.
Yeah, that's real. That's real. All righty then. Shout out to the homie, man. Shout out to the homie. Sheesh, man. All right. What you got left, man? Anything on your end before we get up out here? I know it's the weekend time, man. What you got, man?
No, man. It's just, it's that time of year. Like, everybody got the best team in the league building up. Piece away, they're gonna find it in the draft. It's just that time of year.
Hey, he said optimism at an all-time high right now. Everybody's great. Everybody's a future All-Pro, a future Pro Bowler. Everybody look good. It's always glass half full. Every scenario works out perfectly. You know that, man.
Just stay patient. Don't assume. Let's just see what happens.
All right.
Don't assume. Let's just ride this ride. Let's see what happens.
Ride the ride, baby. You gotta ride the ride, man. Hey, I like how you staying consistent with your messaging, man. All right, you staying consistent. You gonna make me a believer. All right, I ain't not a believer, but you gonna really, really, really make me all the way believe this thing, man. Because you keep preaching it. All right. Shout out to the homie, though, man. Shout out to the homie. Well, shoot, man. I ain't got nothing else for you then. So, we'll spin the block, man. Get with you next week, man. But appreciate you as always, man. You already know that, baby. For the show, man. Peace. Shout out to the one and only Terence Garvin, current defensive coordinator of Norfolk State University. Behold the green and the gold. And if you was digging the, convo with the homie, hit that like button one time for the culture and subscribe if you are new to the channel. All righty. Shout out to Bro Barry, you funny. You talking about some ODU. Hey, man, I gotta say, if they got y'all on the schedule, if it's Norfolk State ODU on the schedule this year, man, I gotta check it out, man. David Decker said he has a state floorball tournament this weekend as well, man. Hey, ball out, get the guys and gang ready. I know you ready. I know you're gonna turn up. Salute to you. Hold it down. No, we're gonna need an update next week too. All right, don't leave us hanging. We don't like cliffhangers. We want results and answers next week. All right. Shout out to the homie David Decker though, man. Yes indeed. Alrighty. Looks like we had a couple of supers that came in on the back end. And shout out to Tons of Fun, man. Gifting the Upper Room membership. Shout out to you. So welcome to the Upper Room. Yes, indeed. Tons of Fun being a rock star, paying it forward, man. From the heart, I appreciate you. Oh, the Brobarian says I know we got JMU. I know it's JMU ODU. I was saying, does ODU have Norfolk State on the schedule? That's what I was looking for. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to see. Yeah. Tell me, is that one on the matchup, man? Do we get Norfolk State versus ODU? Battle of the crib, battle of the 757. You know what we on, man. Come on now. Heck yeah. Alrighty. Flow Grown Folk 20. Shout out to Flow Grown Folk 20. Says Justin Fields doesn't want to compete. He's a glorified running back. QBs get paid to throw the rock, not run it. He's the little engine that could not. Oh, man. Yikes. Yowzers. Woo, chow. All right. Tell me how you really feel, Flow Grown 420. All right. Respect. I can understand that stance. In terms of him not wanting to compete, I can see you feeling that way because of the reports of him wanting guarantees that he is going to either, be able to start or have a legitimate pathway to him being able to start. Me personally, I don't see it as him I don't see it as him not wanting to compete. I see it as him wanting a legitimate, fair leg in the competition. And that goes both ways. I feel like last year it was a competition. Was it a fair competition for him? No, I think that Coach T and the brass had their mind made up that Russ was QB1 and it was going to take Fields doing something Herculean to unseat him. It never happened, and that's why we never saw him be unseated. And I think for Justin Fields, his perception was, I did do that. I did show you that I can be the guy, and we were winning, and there wasn't a lot of reasons to pull me out the lineup. So when you pull a guy out the lineup, yeah, that you remember. And when it comes back time to negotiate, you bring that up. I know I did. You be like, hey, bro, I remember how y'all tried to do this at the front end. We saw how the results were. I'm not going for that again. I'd rather go sign over here. So the way that you go about finding those guarantees, some people want the verbal element of it. Some people want to go out there and say, man, make me a promise. James Harrison, right? Make me a promise, man. Coach T, man, communicate that to me. For some people, it's, put it in my money, all right? You ain't got to tell me I got a chance to compete with that contract looking like that. The numbers in my account are going to tell me how much you feel I'm legitimately a part of this competition. And for Justin Fields, I think that could be an approach as well for him. I don't think that it's necessarily him not wanting to compete. I just think it's just he wants to have a fair shot. He wants to feel like, man, I'm legitimately in this race, and it's not just lip service. Because at times it is just lip service, man, and it can be very frustrating, man. But yeah, I don't think it's that Fields doesn't want to compete. I definitely don't perceive it that way. I do feel that it's just him wanting that assurance that, man, I'm not going to be here giving you my all, making these sacrifices, and it's in vain. Because that's the part that will make a player kind of lose their motivation or be really frustrated, with the way that things are going. But like I said, man, that's kind of how I see it with Fields. Now, in terms of everything else that you were bringing up about, the being more of a runner versus a thrower of the football, that's legitimate. And I think that was what he was trying to show he could evolve to this past season in those first 6 games. I think that was the big step forward for him to show that, man, I am evolving. I'm no longer just a runner or an athlete that plays quarterback. I'm a quarterback first. And that's the thing to me that will make me like him a lot more as he continues to develop more of that at the NFL level, where he's winning more with his arm versus his legs, where his mindset is more pass first versus let me use my legs to escape. It's the same thing when I look at Lamar Jackson and I've seen him develop. It was like, man, he had that run where it was legs, then it evolved. Josh Allen, big fan, right? It was legs, then it evolved. Right now with Justin Fields, it's legs. We saw a glimpse of evolution, but now we need to see how much further it can go. But I don't feel like, you have to overpay for that right now. And you don't, because there are those questions of how much development it will have. And rightfully so, because as we said, this is not a rookie we're talking about. It's not a second-year player we're talking about. This is a guy that has a lot of tape out there, has had a lot of starts, and played in a lot of games at the NFL level. But at the same time, I still feel like this is a dude that you can win with. That was proven last year. This is also a guy that, to me, is competitive, does have that dog in him. And I just think that the way that it was worded about him wanting, some type of guarantee, some type of assurance, it's not that he doesn't want to compete. I just think that he doesn't want to feel like he's wasting his time and putting forth all this effort in vain. As competitors, you don't mind losing. I think that's the other big misconception for, players, this fear of losing. Man, we don't fear losing. You lose a lot. You don't fear failure. You fail a lot. That's how you become great. That's how you accomplish, insurmountable tasks or things that people deem impossible. You're going to fail a ton. It's no different than how you get to the NFL. You fail a lot going into the NFL, man. But when you get here, you look up, you like, bro, all right, we nice. We hooping, we balling, we doing what we're supposed to do. And when I think of Justin Fields, it's like, man, that dude didn't have to win and overcome so much, man. He ain't tripping on none of that. But he wants to feel like, man, I'm legit. He wants to feel like, yo, this is valid. It's not in vain. But he's definitely not worried about competing with anybody at this level, man. It's Justin Fields, man. But we will see, though. We will see how it all plays out, man. But I could for certain understand where you were coming from in terms of how you were perceiving that, man. From the heart, though, Jay. Or, excuse me, not Jay, Flow Grown. My bad on that. So, yeah. All righty. Let's see. Who else do we have in here? All right. Oh, man, I did say that right. Yeah. Hold on. Okay. Yeah, it was Flow Grown 420. Jeez, my bad on that, man. Unless I was butchering. I was writing off a whole bunch of names, man. All right, the chat had jumped on me. Got James Skitka. Maybe talked to you on the phone earlier today, too, man. Salute to you, James Skitka. He says, hey there, Mr. Moats. Good speaking with you yesterday. Just let GP drop a pass or two and see all the blame in the press conferences and the faces from Rodgers. GP won't like him then. Too much drama, hoping for Justin Fields. That's fair. That is fair. When you talk about GP is also very demonstrative, right? We seen him shut down in the end zone, right? We know how he can. Oh, he got the body language. We get it. It does hit different, though, when somebody is doing that for your shortcomings. That's the one thing that I'm always, when I look at it, I'm just like, we got to remember it goes both ways, man. It's very easy to hold others accountable. It's very easy to put others to this extremely high standard and show every displeasure that you have with them. But when they turn around and do it back, you be like, hold on, bro, there's a lot. All right, so for GP, that could be more than he would be looking for as it pertains to just the body language that Rodgers will present at times. I mean, we even heard it from Mike Williams, right? Mike comes over here, but we know in the game that the Jets lost to us. The interception. Rodgers says at the end, hey, man, he didn't get on the red line. It's on him. So that became the whole running joke, right? Red line. But that's how Rodgers is, man. And you know what that is before you sign him. Before you go pick him up, you know what it is. So that's the thing for me when I'm thinking of Aaron Rodgers specifically. Like, GP, that is a lot that comes with it. And if we're just in the short term, all right, not as massive, but from a global or just big picture standpoint, there are certain elements that, just makes you a little bit hesitant, a little bit, let me see what's going on. But we will see. And this is the other part too, man, as it pertains to Rodgers, like the fact that this dude is a part of the convo is, on the radar, so to speak, for the Steelers. Yeah, it is intriguing. It's very intriguing, man. But let's see, who else do we have in here? Flow Grown 420. He says, if Najee goes to Kansas City or the Chargers, we'd be sick. I would agree. I think him in Kansas City is really bad. You think Pacheco runs hard? Y'all think y'all like Pacheco? He's so good. Man, Najee make Pacheco. Yeah, I would put Najee in that offense. Let Najee go over there. You'll see all the production. You 1,000 yards, that'll instantly bump to 1,300. I'm telling you today, it'll be 1,300. Yeah, because that's what that type of offense presents, man. Because you got to play them a little bit differently, but that's because the quarterback. We know that as well. When you got that quarterback, yeah, it's going to open up a lot. No different than if you play a running back in Cincinnati right now. You're going to do well. Yeah, the numbers are going to look good because they ain't about to come out of that too high and let Jamar Chase and T. Higgins be one-on-one with you. Nah, I can't have that. But Najee in Kansas City, I don't like that. Najee, I think, fits Chargers perfectly from an identity standpoint. Hardball, running the ball, physicality, young team. But, yeah, Kansas City, that's the one. I'm like, I don't want you to go there. I know that'll cook. I don't need to see that right now. No. All righty. The homie Gregory Collins, shout out to Gregory Collins. He says, hey, Moats, What up, Gregory? He says, I'm looking into Southern New Hampshire University online for a sports management degree. I want to intern youth football in hopes of coaching one day. What should I know before going into youth football? Well, number one, I like the fact that you are trying to, improve yourself, man. Never too old, never too young. Get in, man. All right. And if it's something you're passionate about, man, shoot, ball out, have fun with it. Right. But the thing that I would say is this, man, in terms of going into the youth, patience is key. You got to have patience, man. You're going to have to tell them the same thing over and over and over. It's okay. Patience. I would also say, man, try to find ways to educate, but educate with fun. Nobody wants to just be lectured. Nobody wants to just be educated. Some of our favorite teachers were the ones that made us feel good while we were learning. Now, we know some of the more impactful ones were some of the ones that challenged us and pushed us in certain phases, and you will get a chance to do that. But as a whole, man, with youth, man, fun and education, man, when you working on, basic fundamental stuff, man, hey, yeah, have a little fun with it. Find different ways to make it entertaining or ways that they'll be able to receive it. And then from there, you're building a relationship with them also. So now when it is game time, when you are wanting to push them more or harder, you're not just coming out the blue with that and they kind of looking at you not really receiving it. Because y'all have a closeness, because y'all do have a certain level of relationship, a certain level of trust, you're going to be able to get a little bit more up out of them. So that's what I would say, man, to start it out, man. But other than that, man, say playing time. I know you can have some parents. They're going to be, that was the one thing I do remember. All right. Parents be serious about that playing time. They want their kids out there. All right. So either have a system or have an answer. All right. Have a system or have an answer. One or the other. But yeah, shout out to the parents to be out there in the world. All right. Shout out to the parents. AJ Martinez, aka the birthday boy, the big 5'6". He says, yo, I'm late, but here. Respect, love, and blessings to all. AJ, man, they was shouting you out for your birthday, man. That's all I'm going to say, AJ. They've been showing you love, AJ. They've been showing you love today, all right? Shout out to you. Yes, X Concepts. Play my son, even though he's awful and put zero work in. Yes. He used to be like, all right, bro. They really tripping right now. But you better not say that. And you be praying to be like, yo, please let this coach say the right thing. Please let this coach do the right thing, because this could get real awkward in here. And I just don't know what to do. All right. I don't know what to do, but it's going to get real awkward. Craig Ellis says, my coaches were from the military. And yes, practice was ran like boot camp. And they took pride in us hitting each other hard. But let me tell you, come game day, nobody played harder than us. No respect to that, Craig Ellis, man. Like I said, man, for me, man, I think back at all the different stages of my, playing journey. And I have coaches to this day that I remember. And I'm like, bro, the way that you pushed me, or the way that me and you were able to connect, or the way that we had an off-season run together, man, like all of the people along the way that helped me, get to where I'm currently at, or where I was at as a player, all that, man, them coaches matter, man. You think of them coaches. Now, I still take accountability, meaning that, yeah, you still got to go out there and execute and do all things. But those coaches, man, from an impact standpoint, from an overall just physical makeup and how you are shaped mentally in certain phases, man, yeah, that's real, man. But that boot camp stuff be real, man. I done had them coaches. You be like, hey, bro, God, dog, man, this is crazy. All right. Shout out to my college position coach though, JC Price. All right, you talk about a dude that's gonna give you some militant. He's coaching at Virginia Tech right now, man. Got some young studs, some young Thundercats over there. But yeah, you talk about a dude that's gonna demand. Man, I remember when I be playing, it's like, yo, holy smokes, bro, like, God, dog. But then you look up and you like, man, you got everything you wanted. All Americans, player of the years, this and that, get drafted. You like, hey, salute to you, man. So shout out to them coaches, man. Definitely shout out to those coaches. All right, Mike Hood. Shout out to Mike Hood. He says, just some support, Mr. Moats. Salute to you and the GOATs in the chat. Sign Justin Fields. Select a second or third round quarterback and a running back if we're not keeping Najee. Yeah, I would agree. If we don't keep Najee, second or third round is where you have to go to get a running back to replace his production and replace his availability. Because free agency wise, you talking the J.K. Dobbins, the Aaron Jones of the world, or you're trying to, take the low risk, high reward sign in and pray that it works out. We obviously have seen that not have the highest return on investment, but not saying that it couldn't work. But yeah, I would agree though. Second and third round, nice area. Nice area. All right, Q, dang, got the final super of the day. Salute to you, man, rocking out the way that you are. He says, Justin Fields had to start with an undesirable line. Early injuries on the line and rookies. That must have had some challenging effect. I would agree. I would also say that throughout the season, all of the quarterbacks, both Fields and Russ, had to play behind multiple combinations of offensive linemen. And we would also, some would argue, the O-line played better in the first half of the season than they did in the back half of the season. You bring up Dan Moore. He's a prime candidate of that. So some people that, would look at what you're saying, Q, did and flip it, because we saw what that looked like down the stretch. We know what Trey Hendrickson, we know what Myles Garrett did in those games down the stretch. We saw how Baltimore was able to get after us late in the year, postseason included, whereas we didn't feel like that in the first half of the season. We didn't feel like our offensive line was that. We felt, in fact, opposite. We was like, yo, they look good. That looks good. Pay this dude. That looks nice. So, like I said, I do get what you're saying, but I could definitely see where they might, in terms of the other side of it. You know how they be perceiving it. They might perceive it a little bit that way, all right? But I like your energy, though, man. I like your energy. Shout out to these dudes, man. Like I said, man, it's the fun time of year. It's fun because we need an answer. And unfortunately, we haven't got that answer just yet, but hopefully we'll be getting it sooner rather than later. But hopefully y'all enjoyed today's show, and hopefully y'all enjoyed this week. All right, man, this is a third week now. We done got that thing solo popping and just vibing out, man, as a whole, man. The way that y'all been rocking out from the phone lines, the way that y'all been participating in the regular chat, the way that y'all have been rocking out with the super chats. I'm just saying, man, like, y'all pretty fire, man. So salute to all of y'all, man. And like I said, because it was a group project, man, y'all hit that like button, not just for me, but for y'all as well. Don't forget to subscribe either if you're new to the channel. And of course, we're going to spin that block next week and do what we do. So stay safe. And as always, until next time, baby, peace.